Hey everybody, this is Dr. Langdon, board certified pediatrician, mom of 6 and grandmother of 3. Just to chat some with my students who are in third year before they start their pediatrics rotation. You guys have been taught so many things that are going to help you on this rotation. So these are quick reminders and not an in-depth review. We try to do at my school that in-depth review at Callback Friday from your last rotation when you come back to take the COMATs or shelf exams before you start this rotation. So a couple of reminders. First of all, I want you to stay healthy. Now, you guys remember that your pediatrics rotation is very seasonal. If you're there over the summer, you may help with a lot of adolescent well checks, for example, because the kids are not as sick and they're out of school, so it's a great time to schedule those. But if you were there in January, February, you may see a lot more of flu, COVID, RSV, and respiratory issues, things like that. So the season of the year in pediatrics does matter for the variety of things you will see. Now, that's why most pediatric rotations have built-in modules for you guys to do. Our school uses Aqua4, and I do like them, and I've reviewed them, and I think they're fantastic. And that helps for all the students throughout the year to sort of equalize the experience they have as far as what all you guys are exposed to. Now, if your rotation is outpatient only, and if you wish to pursue pediatrics as a career, yes, please talk to me. But I would encourage you to get an inpatient Peds rotations when you have more flexibility with your fourth year schedule. And if you're really sneaky, you can do that at a residency program in which you hope to match. We would call that an audition rotation. Now, I want for you guys to stay healthy. Here's the thing on Peds, especially in those months when it is thick with infections. Just go ahead and wear a mask. You have nothing to lose. It could help block a few respiratory droplets. And if nothing else, it will remind you not to touch your mouth and nose, and hopefully not to touch your eyes. You know, when I get conjunctivitis from a baby, it's because I've just touched them and then demonstrate to the parent how to do the eye drops. Bad move. Don't do that. Don't give yourself pink eye. You'll feel so foolish as a full adult walking around with pink eye. So do be careful. Wash your hands. Wearing a mask in sick visit rooms is a great idea. Now, I think hand sanitizer is fine if you're seeing an upper respiratory infection type situation. If you're seeing viral gastroenteritis, I'd really recommend actual running water with actual soap to keep yourself healthy. Now, another big tip is I want you to grab everything from this rotation that you can. So it's a great idea to shadow or follow along or even assist with maybe a nurse. You could watch her do an irrigation of an ear to remove a cerumen impaction. Wouldn't that be fun? It's really very satisfying when a big old pencil eraser sized chunk comes flying out. Stay humble. We may need you just for your warm body to help hold a child. I know that seems less than compassionate to hold, but I promise you, and I've told a lot of you this, it is more compassionate to help a child remain still and calm for an absolutely necessary procedure than to bargain with them. I've done this before. I have spent 30 minutes talking a child into letting me do a throat swab, and honestly, their anxiety just grew and grew and grew and grew. And it would have been easier if a parent or a loving nurse or somebody could have just gently held but restrained them for just the 5 seconds I needed to swab really quickly. The other trick is, if you don't remember this, a lot of times kids with strep have nausea, and so when you stick that swab in the back of their throat, you better be ready to duck. Along those same lines, not a bad idea on your Peds rotation to have just a simple change of clothes available for emergency backup, like maybe just one extra set of scrubs, just in case. You know how newborns love to pee as soon as the air hits them when you unattach their diaper. Waterworks can ensue, so be ready to dodge or maybe have a backup outfit. Let's talk about white coats. Pediatricians are less likely than a lot of adult physicians to wear their white coats. We're not opposed to them. We just don't want them to get germs on them. We don't want to scare the children. Now, you're not going to get in trouble on your Peds rotation if you want to wear your white coat. Biggest plus is it has pockets, so you could keep some stickers in there perhaps for kids. But you are not, for most places, ask your individual preceptor. You're not required to wear a white coat. Do call your preceptor or text or email or something before you start to find out what they're expecting of you. Most are business casual, show up on time with a good attitude. Let me tell you, we from your medical school would love for you to impress your pediatric preceptor out there. So how about you guys review developmental milestones? That would be great. Review common illnesses, review how to dose medications in children. Remember, you need 3 numbers: the child's weight in kilograms, the suspension strength of the medication, and the actual dose. Most of my students have the free app Hippocrates on their phone. Certainly in Peds, we do love the Harriet Lane Handbook. And before we had the internet and phones, I would just keep a whole entire book on my person or very nearby in the office so I could calculate those doses. Often the EMR will also help you calculate. Just quickly review that vaccine schedule. A lot of pediatrician preceptors will ask, what are the live virus vaccines? And you better be ready to say MMR, varicella, and rota. So be up to date on all those things so that you can dazzle your pediatric preceptor. Also, this is part in the category of please stay humble. You guys may have a chance to work with a lactation consultant, and you could learn so much from that. You may be called upon to help entertain the siblings, and don't be too cocky to do that, because that could be a really big service to your clinic. And here's the thing to remember. Pediatricians are often pressed for time. We have very fast-paced clinics, so do everything you can to not slow down the rhythm, the pace of the clinic. So after you go in and do the history and physical on the child, we usually let the students do that, especially for sick visits, sometimes for well visits. Be prepared to come out and do your presentation to the attending. Remember, when you're in the room, if any part of that physical exam is extremely difficult, like looking in the throat or looking in the ears, just save that and we'll do it together when we go back with you into that room. And shout out to all the pediatric preceptors out there who are doing so much good, seeing the sick children, helping them, providing anticipatory guidance on well visits, and also truly impacting our next generation of physicians. Thank you for doing that. I can't tell you how many students have not planned to do pediatrics until they had a life-changing experience on their outpatient Peds rotation with you guys, the preceptors. You are the heroes of this story, and I am extraordinarily grateful to you for taking our students. So if you're a pediatrician out there and you don't have students, please reach out to your local medical school. If you're in North Carolina, reach out to me. Most all schools do pay our preceptors a stipend for taking the students. It's not really what you deserve. We can't afford to pay that much, but at least it's a little bit of a sweetener. And the sweetest thing about it is truly this relationship you can have with future physicians. You may end up accidentally training your own replacement one day. Who knows how this might work out? So it really is an important role, and we value you guys and want for you students prepping for your Peds rotation to be excited for all that you'll learn, for all the different developmental stages you'll get to see and work with. It is the best. Good luck.